We take a look now at the pairing for the second round. Power Wheels Bigfoot. There's Fred Shafer in barefoot. But before this run, let's go down trackside now as Army's had a chance to catch up with Andy Brass.
Andy, the Dodgers keep taking shots at you guys, but they keep falling short, but they're getting closer. You got to admit that.
Yes, it is. You know, like I say, this whole year has been some good close racing, but the Ford Bigfoot's been running good for us. John Kaiser Motors been producing some horsepower. You know, we've been trying some things with our BDS blowers. Things have been doing out real well for us. You know, our horsepower's come up a little bit. Now all we got to do is be able to keep the horsepower down on the track. You know, we had a little transmission problems, but I think we overcome it today, and I think we're going to go all the way to the finals.
Well, Dan Runty, a close second. He's chipping away at the lead held by Andy Brass, but it hasn't been easy, as Army Armstrong found out following Dan Runty's round 1 win.
Gary, I want you to notice something. It's about 24 inches from the top of the tire to the bottom of the fender here. But look how the fender is being rubbed by the tire. This tire is coming up and hitting so hard when they make contact with the ground, it's actually coming up and making contact with the body. These guys are literally nose diving them into the ground, or nose diving at that finish line, or diving head first at the finish line, whatever you want to call it. They're hitting a ton when they hit on the other end. Back to you, Gary.
That's a combination of 10,000 pounds of truck and a whole lot of shock travel.
Oh, you're exactly right. And so much of the technology for the shock absorbers come from the off-road, the Baja type racers, these long-arm shocks, these special chassis they're putting together to allow to get that travel in there. They know you got to make the wheel travel to be on the ground, Gary.
Fred Shafer in the lane nearest the camera in the barefoot truck taking on Dan Runty. It is for Dan Runty. So Runty continues to close in on Andy Brass, and once again Fred Shafer really needed this victory to move up in the point standing.
Well, both Dodges did. You know, you had 2 Fords in this round. They put 2 Dodges out. That, whoa, you don't want to do that.
Well, take a look again at this rough landing for Fred Shafer. He's over the first set of cars through no man's land. Now watch this rough landing for the Dodge.
Like I say, they're just literally airing them out, doing anything they can to get to the finish line.
And here's Dan Runty.
Dan, it seems like that the competitions keep getting closer and closer and closer.
It does, Army. We went out there and just ran the fastest time of the day with the 508 in the left lane. A lot of it today has got to do with lights. If you've got a good light, you're there. If you don't, you're not.
Just like drag racing, you're dealing with thousands of seconds. You can lose right at the first inch of the race.
That's exactly it. You know, that's what it's all boiling down to.
Well, as round 2 competition continues, here is a good battle. This will be Samson, the Chevrolet of Dan Patrick, and he will stage alongside Colt Cobra in the Ford Snakebite.
Dan Patrick brings a ton of knowledge to his own racing team. Been involved in the sport for a long time, but he himself has never had a chance to come over and race head-to-head with these guys. Dan Yuppie Patrick is what we're going to call it. Goes against
Colt Cobra
Snake, yeah.
Out of Culver Creek, Colorado, and there's the look at the rear of look at the hill that he's starting from. That looks like a starter block in a track meet.
Exactly, but you start on the backside of the block here. It's kind of strange. Patrick is starting to show some strength for the Chevrolet people. Again, Chevrolet is still looking for a leader in this monster truck series. Patrick can run with anybody, but you take it.
I don't know. Who was it? Who was it?
Patrick showing right there he can run with any of these Fords. A 510 for Samson.
And what was it for Colt Cobra? 510. A dead heat.
What do you do in a case like that?
Run it again, I guess.
You folks want to run it again? Yeah, I do.
Well, let's run it again, I guess. Here is a replay. And this is what it looks like when you run a dead heat. Samson, the far lane, Snakebite, the near lane. Look at this. Over that second set of cars right together in the air, and, well.
Both trucks identical. I guarantee you the Samson team, crew chief this week by Gene Patterson, they're tickled to death. Cha-ching.
We are in Canfield, Ohio, and we have just seen a dead heat between Samson and Snakebite.
I'll tell you, that race was so tough, it was literally knuckle to fang.
You have been waiting to say that, I know.
Better than nose to nose.
That's true. Or side by side, or door handle to door handle. 5:10 for each of these drivers, Snakebite and Dan Patrick. So they'll line them up. We'll run it again.
This is neat. I'm glad to see these people doing this because All the drivers work so hard to get here. These guys are reputable racers. They respect each other, and they don't want to give up. I don't blame them one bit. Dan Patrick is trying to do everything he can to carry the red, white, and blue for Chevrolet. On the other side of the coin, the Privateer, the Cobra, the Snakebite guy, he wants to do good for Ford. This is the American way. This is what racing's all about. Let's back them up and do it one more time.
You sound like a politician up there stumping for election.
No, but if you do vote for me, I'll be more than happy.
Get out of here. No politicking on this show. Gold Cobra, the near lane. Dan Patrick, the far lane. Samson against Snakebite. Was a dead heat before at 5:10. Let's see what they can crank out this time. It looks like Samson. Samson by a nose. Samson by that fist.
Knuckle.
All right. A 5:08 for Dan Patrick. And for Colt Cobra, he clocks in at 5:13.